We ready to start?
Oh, those are your guys' characters? How'd you like get your guys' characters?
Meg designed them, Jonathan had them made. That's how. Alright, we ready, guys?
And Meg like designed the stuff.
Alright. Hello, everybody.
I didn't pick out my dice.
I swear, can I get 2 seconds in without you interrupting?
No.
Every single time I say hello and then immediately interrupting. I've had it. I've had it up to here.
That wasn't interrupting.
So we just keep that in?
Yes. Yes, Andy. Welcome back to another game. Andy.
Okay.
Gosberg.
Thank you.
Welcome back to another game of the Silver Arrows against the Giants.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we're lacking in our wizard, Jordan, and paladin, Mads, today, but we're joined by... Romeo, calm down for a moment. We're joined by Arongundir, played by Jonathan.
That's me.
Torvi, played by Quinn.
Yeah.
Gosberg, played by Andy. And Flindle Cash, played by Kenny.
Yeah, what's up, man?
And Romeo might play Chief King or Mudfoot
Yeah.
for a moment, one of the dogs.
I'm a
Yeah.
dice goblin.
Alright, so
I mean, I'm pretty reasonable.
are we ready to get started?
I'm a dice goblin.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Alright.
No, I haven't picked out my dice.
No, I'm not waiting for that. You have to do that while I do the intro.
Okay,
Right.
we're ready.
One more game of the Silver Arrows.
we have so many.
The computer did a thing. I don't know if you caught my thing before, but fuck it. We know your guys' names, so I'm not doing that again. Alright, so we find ourselves yet again in the hall of the Fire Giant King, Snur, who now lies dead
Sorry.
after being attacked in his home by the Order of Silver Arrows.
Attacked is a strong word.
Well, you guys are a strong party.
We called
Are
them.
Jonathan
Let's say that.
dogs?
Yeah, but it's not a color.
Huh?
That's not better.
Hmm?
It sounds nicer.
Please wait.
No.
So you guys successfully made your way into the Hall of the Fire Giant King,
Yeah, we did.
setting off less alarms than perhaps you might have. You killed the Fire Giant King Snur, although this was not a total victory.
Torby's about 10 times later.
Torvi
Shut up.
lost a leg. Gosberg fell in battle.
Yeah, you died, so you have nothing
your
to
guys-
say.
I died.
Everyone else was very beat
Yes,
up.
I did come back. However, I got
Yeah. We took some whoop.
And we are now, imagine the camera panning through the hall by these pillars, by these tapestries, to the throne room of King Snur, which is watched over by a large skull artwork built into the wall. And we see, it's dark, but we see the faintest shimmer of magic. And then we find ourselves in a magical mansion. Each of you is, except Bar Flindle Cash and Good Juge and the dogs, other animal companions, are in this mansion. You've just retreated many hours ago into this mansion to rest. And recover from your wounds.
Yeah.
Each of you has your own room to yourself
Nice.
in this gigantic mansion.
Oh, really?
Yes, in this gigantic mansion that Zafrab conjured into thin air with his powerful magics. And yet you find it's different. This is a level of comfort most of you haven't had in a long time. You've been on the road a long time, and you're somewhat used to hearing multiple other people snoring and breathing and being around you. So it's like you're in a room by yourself. The first time you haven't been around other people in months, perhaps, for like except bar scouting. Please close the door. Someone. Yes, my brother lives in a barn. But yeah, you are all resting. What would you like? But you perhaps finishing that up. What would you all like to do?
My character's probably nervous pacing around. Not used
like,
to
just something random,
cushy
do something
beds or
random.
anything like that, so.
Calm down.
Maybe I'm kind of scrounging, looking around for food.
Alright, Arungandir, you are scrounging about the house, the mansion, looking for food.
Looking for the kitchen.
And you find a very large kitchen that I believe Jordan wanted the servants in this house to look like tiny knights.
Yeah.
So they're like gnomish knights essentially. And you see them in there hard at work.
What do you have to eat in here?
They all look at you. It's kind of startling.
Whoa.
They have pointed visors, pointed helms,
Yeah.
like the pointy end ones. So it's like one turns to you and you're like, I think you're gonna get stabbed for a second, just by the helmet.
Like a Phineas type thing.
And they a bunch of them start running over and they start cobbling stuff together, and they have like bowls full of basically like salads and other things that they cobbled together. And you see others hard at work cooking turkey and stuff.
I'll pick some food up and I'll go and find a place to eat it.
Alright, yeah, you make your way to what looks like a nice den. Everything looks kind of homely, like I guess it's Zafrab's idea of like a gnome home, you know?
Everything like a foot shorter than everyone else.
Yeah, you have, I think he probably takes his friend into account for as far as how the doorways are, but yeah, like some things are very much gnome and halfling sized.
Wow.
And we'll say you make your way into the den, and perhaps Gosberg is in there.
Yeah. Gosberg,
Gosberg, you're looking into the fire, and you were... So you died.
Yeah.
And...
How you die?
I got murked by by a giant, I assume?
A fire giant dreadnought.
Dreadnought, yeah. Those guys are like huge, man. They're also really spiky and super cool. It was actually kind of an honor to be killed by one.
My God, you got tagged by a fire giant dreadnought?
Yeah.
How do you kill
You're not there, Flindle.
Oh, what?
You are... So you were left behind in a cave with the dogs. And we'll get to you in a moment.
Think of it, it's kind of like a pyre where you have to select which guys gets to do the thing and
Yeah.
everyone else gets to stay behind.
Oh, wow.
Don't worry,
You weren't there that time, but we will get to you. I'm sorry about this, but we'll get to you in a moment.
It's okay.
Because unfortunately they would be with you, but they decided to set up the mansion inside the fire giant base instead of going to the home base, the cave base where you are at the moment.
Right.
So yeah, I'm also going to be like kind of like, I guess, unarmored.
Yeah.
Just because I've been spent pretty much the past couple weeks in nothing but my armor, so it's kind of rank.
Yeah. So you are that. Well, actually, you being nearly murdered by frost giants wasn't that long ago. So it's been a couple of days in armor. But yeah, you are. You walk in and you see Gosberg just staring into the fire. And
I go to find a place to sit. I can't really find one, so I sit on the floor. I begin to eat, and then I look over.
Hello.
How are you, Gosberg?
I don't know. I pretty much died. It was a very eye-opening experience. Have you ever died? It's not pleasant. You kind of like. I can think of it like this. You kind of just wait motionless on the floor as life drains out of your body. And as you're being resurrected, you can't help but wonder, am I still dying? Is my brain simply throwing images in front of my eyes in order to give me the illusion that I am still alive in a fraud attempt to keep myself alive, knowing that when I finally close it, it will actually be the first time I die.
That sounds unpleasant.
Yeah! No shit! I'm very sorry. I'm having a horrible existential crisis right now. I saw my mom with those barbarians. I thought she was a ball witch, so I gotta like talk to my dad about that.
And do you want to talk about it, or
Aren't we doing that right now?
I guess we are.
So where'd you get the food?
The kitchen.
Cool. I don't trust the tiny night people.
Do you want some?
No, I don't trust the tiny night people.
What if I gave it to you?
Okay, I trust you for the most part.
I'll hand over one of the food items I was doing.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of picking at it. So, out of curiosity, since this has been on my mind, do you know what you're going to do if, kick it? You got a way you want to do it, or you got a, thing you want to do before you do it? I'm trying to avoid the word die right now, because that's kind of a trigger word for me. I just said it right now. I'm sad again.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I have a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah.
I suppose I've never thought about what would happen if I die.
Yeah. You know what I want to do after all this?
What?
Okay, cool. I was just kind of waiting for you to say that.
I thought you were going to continue. Yes.
I kind of want to, start a family.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be very nice.
Oh, you get so heartbroken every time he says that shit.
Maybe have 1 or 2 kids, maybe 3 or 4, I don't know. Depending on how.
That's wacky, man.
I know, right? Depending on how the situation goes. Hopefully, I won't die again. Haha. I got sad. I'm now sad again. Crap.
I wish you all the happiness.
Cool. Hopefully I don't die. Do you think there's a limit to how many times I can die, or?
I've never died before,
Cool.
so I'm not very much of an expert on those things.
Well, you stay here and eat your tiny food by tiny nights, and I'm going to see if Tolby's doing well with the loss of her appendage.
Maybe it would be a good idea for someone to check up on her.
Yeah, make sure she hasn't, I want to say regrown it, but I think that's a bit of a stretch. So I'm going to go get up and visit Torby.
Yeah, you go, you get up, you step into Torby's room, and you
Not
see...
there.
Hmm?
She's not there.
Yeah, you see Ro in deer form is asleep on the floor, but Torby is not in bed.
Oh, crap. Dear man! Where is our legless wonder?
They look at the bed. They look at you. They look at the bed. They start running off.
I see we have a conundrum on our hands. I will gather everyone else, and I go back to the
The den.
the den. I'm not even gonna go inside. I'm just gonna walk past. Orangutan Toby's gone. We're going on the manhunt.
What?
About how many hallways are there from my room?
Where are you?
How many hallways are there?
Where are you?
How many hallways
I
are
don't
there?
know. It's a magical mansion of Zaprap's
Okay.
design. We'll say, fuck it. There's there's hallways all over the place. It's like an M.C. Escher painting.
Okay, I tried to go to the bathroom.
All right.
I tried to get up to go
We'll
to the
say
bathroom.
there's one attached to your room.
Okay. I'm in the bathroom.
Okay.
But I'm on the floor. Because would you like to tell them about my limitations?
No, you just have a bunch of disadvantages and shit.
Okay.
Bunch of problems of moving, mobility, getting knocked over,
That would be a problem.
moving quickly, that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Too bad
Well,
you're
we
not-
don't know where you are at this point, so I'm gonna get Joey, and I'm gonna ask Joey to go and seek out Torby.
Okay, so you take Joey into Torvy's room, and you, Orangutan, with your very high passive perception, you notice there's a light coming from the door connected to Torvy's room, candlelight.
I'm going to knock on the door.
Yes.
Are you okay in there?
Relatively. No. No.
Do you need any help in there somehow?
I'm on the ground. I would like help up.
Oh. It's like one of those life alert situations.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
We should make something about that. You know, we could make millions. I open the door, tentatively. You're not in any state of undress, right?
I think I've like taken off part of my armor and just like
Okay.
Regular
thrown it
clothes.
across the
Yeah,
room.
I'll come and pick you up, help you get situated. Let's sit you on your bed.
Okay,
There we are.
thank you.
How are we getting on?
I'm an invalid.
How?
How?
Oh, come on, it's not all bad.
Have you ever lost a limb?
No. I lost a tip of a finger.
That wasn't you.
Oh,
That was Rogar.
right. Well, I've known people who lost tips of fingers before.
Is that another character?
No,
Or is that another
that was someone else's
But no,
character.
I never lost a. Would you like to tell me what it's like?
Orangutira is the therapist of this session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gosberg would probably just make everything worse, let's be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Jumping back into character. Well, when you use your sword to fight, it's like you're
An extension of myself.
yes, but you're using some sort of inner strength and balance and other things too, but you have such force that it's not it's like it's different from what I do. With my swords, with my rapiers, I dance. There's a dance. There's steps and there's positions and arm movements, and it does become an extension of myself because you're moving in this twisting, turning pattern that just becomes second nature, and now I have no nature I have no second to that nature. I'm missing part of that nature. I can't dance anymore.
That must be very hard.
It's not hard. It's gonna kill us.
Oh. Very nice of you to worry about us, but let's take some time to think about you for a moment. Have you thought of other ways you can dance?
If I had another foot.
Can you grow another foot?
I can't grow one.
Is this where we learn Orangutan doesn't know how humans work? It's like, you guys are some kind of lizard, right?
You're close enough to a lizard folk. I'm pretty sure it's like
grow
growing back a tail.
one. I don't know how to grow one. I know how one looks. I could carve one out of wood. Wait.
What? Are you thinking to make yourself a pig leg?
Well, I mean, I mean something more elegant than that. Hopefully,
Like
I'd
what?
like to think that I'm a better artist than that.
Yes, it could be a thing of beauty. We could attach...
I might actually like your help with that if I were to do it.
Sure, I could help.
If I were to do it.
Of course, if.
I don't know what I would do exactly.
Why don't I'm going to rustle around my bags and take out some... Do I have paper on me or anything like that? A notebook or a journal or anything?
Sure.
I'm going to take that out with some writing utensils why don't we go ahead and just draw some things and see what they might look like?
Well, we don't know what we're working with. I have no wood. First off.
Well, first we need to know what you want it to look like. Then we can worry about the bigger stuff.
Blueprint is the first step.
Okay.
That might help.
Yeah.
Then let's do that. So.
Hey, Harangandir.
Hmm?
I had a funny thought.
Okay.
What if I give myself like claws?
Well, one step at a time. I'm gonna spend some time
Yeah.
looking for or drawing up ideas and talking
You guys
about
spend the next few hours
Yeah.
coming up with blueprints for a prosthetic foot. So, to cut away for a moment, in a cave about 2 miles from the Hall of the Fire Giants, Flint of Cash,
Oh, no.
you, nothing bad, but you have been dealing with a baby dragon,
When? What?
3 that the party had, you and Good Juge.
Wait, so I'm a pet sitter?
So you were, because you
Glorified
weren't
pet
here, you were here to make sure that nothing bad happened to these other things and that this location was secure, among other things.
Right.
You and Good Juge, who is a backup medical person, after talking to him, you found out he's a barber surgeon. You guys have been watching your dog,
Right.
Peepers, the little gazer,
Okay. Oh my god, I'm a pet sitter. I
the
am a
3
pet
dogs,
sitter.
the giant lynx, Torby's giant lynx, and the
That's
baby
too
dragon, which is bigger than any of the other
Let's
creatures.
be honest, Kenny. You're also probably.
I'm Steve Irwin now, dude.
Something that developed a while. Also, I think maybe the mongoose.
And a
Oh, it's
mongoose.
Joey? Okay.
Wow.
Joey might have been there.
All right, yeah, we'll say.
I think you left him behind.
You're right, I did. Never mind.
A problem that developed almost immediately. You thought the dragon was going to be a problem, but the other dogs don't seem to have taken a shine to your dog, and you don't. Yeah, you don't know what the problem there is. So you've separated you've separated all the animals as best you can. You're trying to keep things as civil as possible, and you've been chilling with Juge, and you haven't gotten any word from anybody else.
What's Juge like? Is it like a...
He's a human man.
Okay.
Affable.
He's affable. He's pleasant. He's nice.
So what's affable mean?
He's a nice guy.
Friendly.
Okay.
He seems to be an everyday guy who they've just paid to be a part of this expedition and patch people up
Right.
in case they ran out of healing magic or anything.
Right.
From what he's asked you questions. You've been pleasant and asked him. He might be some kind of clone of someone.
Oh, this gets better and better. Huh?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff. Apparently, it also has something to do with why Torby and Gosberg have fire and lightning hair. It's a whole story.
Wee bit insane.
Including hags and little blueberry dudes. The blueberries.
Okay. I'm sort of following along.
Yeah, it's a bunch of nonsense, but you know that stories are what gets you big as a bard. So
Right. Okay.
you're taking notes, and you make a mental note to talk to Torby and Gosberg later.
Yeah. Do I know how to get to the rest of the party,
Uh.
or do I have a general direction? Or...
You know they went into the fire giant a hall yesterday and then didn't come out, which means they're either dead or they'll be back today.
All right. Well, what was the guy's name? The guy I was working with?
Juge.
Juge. I'm gonna tell him. Hey, Juge.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
I expected you to keep going.
Yeah.
Hey, so my friends, right? They went to the cave, man. Do you think, okay, I'm kind of freaking out in my head, man. Do you think they're I don't want to say, but do you think
Dead?
okay, yeah, well you said it. Do you think they're
Oh,
dead?
sorry, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good, man. No, it's all good. Hey, give me a fist bump. Nah, I just playing. No, you suck. Okay.
Oh,
No, but
alright.
seriously though, Juge.
Okay.
You think like they're dead or worse, like missing a leg or something, or? I'm sorry.
Are you okay? It's okay, buddy.
I have a problem
He
laughing at my own
patting your
jokes.
back.
I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna lie though.
I laugh at my own
I'm not gonna lie,
jokes.
sounds
Lose a
like
leg and then
Kenny.
start giggling like
I'm not gonna lie, sounds like
that's
you're
not a good
laughing.
sign.
Yeah, it did seem like you're crying.
Weeping.
You think they're dead or worse, missing a leg? Oh man.
These guys have gone through a lot. You fought beside them. They took out the hill giants. They took out the frost giants.
But Juge.
I think they can handle the fire giants.
But Juge,
Yeah.
my man.
Yeah.
They've been gone for a whole day. That's like
It happens.
92 hours. Like how?
That's not 92
what-
hours.
how- Shut up, Juge.
That's not how time works.
24.
Juge, you don't know anything.
24 hours.
I've been around the world. I have more experience than you.
Okay,
What's my
that's
intelligence? You're right. It is 24 hours.
True. I have 9 intelligence, and I knew that.
Stop correcting me, Jude. You're not smarter than me.
Okay.
Anyway.
You don't know that technically.
Listen,
You
Jude.
play this game.
Listen, Jude. I think I'm going in there.
You're going in?
Yeah, take care of the pets for me, right?
Oh, no, okay.
What? Why?
Okay, I got it.
Oh, great.
I'm
I'm taking the dog with me, though.
alright.
Yeah. Now come here, Deckard.
Yeah, this big black mastiff trots up to you.
Alright, cool. I mount Deckard, and I point him in the general direction. It's time for Flint of Cash. He kicks some Flint of ass.
Alright, we'll say this is in like the morning or
Flinto's gonna kick his
something.
own ass.
Who said that? Who said that?
So like
Show yourself.
hours before that exchange, you two, and
Eureka.
perhaps assisted by Zaphrab and the other members of your party who come in to see what you're doing after your long rest. You guys have the final product of your designs,
I
which is
think
what we discussed. Yeah.
It's bold.
Yeah.
It's
daring.
it's certainly a fashion statement. But will it work?
Not for sex.
What?
I'm kidding. Oh, I'm sorry.
So your final design is a wooden prosthetic leg
Yes.
that uses a few of the dragon claws that you've collected, as well as it is the wood is covered by dragon scales.
Uh-huh.
So hide, yeah, basically.
And
so-
it looks kind of like a bird foot.
It looks like a claw. It looks like a natural claw.
Yep.
You want it to give you a claw attack
Mhm.
and possibly cold resistance.
Mhm.
And did we have much more? I think
There was like swimming.
possibly a swim speed, possibly just give you faster walking speed.
Well, this is a prosthetic leg. I don't think it's gonna be better than a normal leg.
Yeah. We'll see how well you make it.
Okay.
So,
I mean, if it's called, I say
That's
maybe
good.
give you like.
Well, it's gonna be attunement.
yeah.
I'm going to say servant knight.
A little gnome knight walks up.
By the way, no one ever corrected
Salutes.
Gosberg, so can I just say at this point he probably is gonna go rally up a search party of those tiny knights.
Gosberg, you're doing like the one place you haven't looked back in on is Torvy's room.
My room, yeah.
And then you realized you couldn't find anybody because everyone else was in Torvy's room. So you're just like searching through the house with like 100
army
tiny
of
knights.
And just so you know, they're also just to make it more ridiculous. He's also going to be using essentially a net, and all the other knights are just carrying random instruments of like used to grab stuff, I guess.
But it's 536.
536.
No.
Just running around.
Yeah, so you guys first notice this when you see Gosberg marching through the hallway past your open door with an
Gosberg.
army of tiny knights.
We're
Gosberg.
gonna close the door.
Quick! We must capture them, dead or alive.
Gosberg,
Yes, Orangandir.
get in here.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to look for Tori, figure out if she's dead or alive.
I point.
Oh my God, Tori, are you dead or alive? Also, why do you have another leg?
I don't.
But you have 2 legs.
No, she doesn't. We haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, okay.
Well, you
Blueprint.
do have legs. You just
Blueprint.
have
Oh,
a
okay,
foot.
cool.
Missing a foot. So you do still have legs. Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, it's on the blueprint, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Tori, you're alive! I assume. Are you alive?
No, I'm a ghost.
Oh my God, you're a ghost!
I'm not a ghost, Gosberg. I was
Oh.
being facetious.
What does that mean?
Don't answer him.
Gullible
It'll give him
bird.
something to chew on.
Cool.
I'm sorry, Gosberg.
So,
I lost my cool.
yeah. And...
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Um,
So, did I just waste like 2 hours gathering up a manhunt party in order to like find Tori? Where was she? Was she in the cupboards?
it wasn't. It was useless. It gave you something to do.
Yeah, running around a manor that's a foot shorter than me. That's always fun.
When you make it sound like that, then of course you had a
Sure,
good time.
Honestly, it actually was pretty fun. I actually found this net.
Very nice.
Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go disband my
See ya,
capture
man.
party. I gave
They're
them all names. Emil, back to where you go. Georgie, back to where you go. Donovan, back to where you go. I'm just gonna keep listing off names of my hundreds.
So
of
Gosberg's doing that for an hour.
Do you? So,
Oh, yeah, thanks.
small soldier, do you happen to have wood that you can bring us?
Zathrab, who's in there, bye buddy. Zathrab tells you, actually, nothing in the mansion will be around once the mansion is gone. So we have to use outside materials.
What about the food I ate?
The
Am I suddenly
food will
going to become
nourish you,
hungry?
but it won't. If we took, so the food you took will give you nourishment. But if you walk outside and you had a chicken leg, the chicken leg will disappear.
I see. So,
Yeah.
what if we got Gosberg to eat some of the wood?
That
I am willing to try
Wouldn't-
this.
I don't
Death
think that's
has
how that
involved
works.
me.
I don't think that's how that works. Also, I don't think that's the kind of wood you want to use for a leg.
Ew.
Can I, small soldier, bring me to a window that's facing the front of this place?
Okay.
I want to look out the house and see.
There's no window.
Ah,
This is an extra dimensional
You're right.
mansion.
Is there a way I can peek?
You can look out the door, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to.
Yeah, give me a minute, buddy.
I'm going to very quietly, very secretly peek through
Open the door.
the door, just a crack.
You open the door.
Uh,
You see some sparkles, and you see it is pitch black out in the hall of the fire giants.
pitch black.
Yep, torches have been doused.
In that case, I am going to turn into a mountain lion. Sure,
Alright.
it's got night vision.
You wild shape into a mountain lion, and you see out there, you see with your dark vision, there are some barrels lined up in front of the throne.
Barrels.
Barrels.
Do they look like they could be holding explosives or incendiary things?
How far out, like, do you peek? Out of curiosity. Like, enough to just look a little bit, or do you
Enough
like...
to kind of have my face out there, like this.
Okay. With that, I'll say with your dark vision, you also see that there is a ballista sitting across from the barrels,
Uh-huh.
and you see that there's yeah, and yeah, you guess this is some kind of triggering something would trigger that. Some would shoot the barrels or you. It's all kind of like outside of where your door is, where the magical door is.
Is there anyone manning the ballista?
No, there's no one manning it. Hold your thoughts. I'm going to walk the child home. Very quickly. He lives 2 doors down. Alright, you guys have had a few minutes to plan. What's the plan? What's the plan,
Yeah,
Sam?
we just want to. I could throw some fire at
So,
it.
okay. We have a few ideas. Not really. Okay. I need this drawn out for me. Like.
We'll just say what's in your mind.
So, you guys
Okay, so.
are right there. That's where I imagine the door being. I imagine
Okay.
that's as good a place as any.
Which way is the door opening?
This way.
Okay. And
No,
there's
I mean, like, which way, like, like, does it open this way?
I imagine it opens this way.
Okay.
Okay,
Now
okay,
Mike's
okay.
done it, yeah.
So towards the barrels.
Yes,
Yes.
towards the barrels, and we
Ballista's over here.
And we see ballista.
Barrels. It's dark.
Okay.
Arangandir warned you guys.
I did.
My plan, I suggest,
Yeah.
we shoot an arrow, a flaming arrow, at the barrels, and shut the door right away.
Here's the thing.
How this place can't be hurt by normal means, can it?
No. Zafrab suggests he can just shoot a firebolt and close the door really quickly.
Alright, yeah, well that works too.
Okay,
I'm all
works.
for
This
impromptu,
like, I was
but
worried that we might get stuck.
but-
in the roll.
I need a team that will. Well, Were you ready to rush out with me to grab some timber and then come back in?
Hmm.
The
I
thing is,
mean-
if we open the door too far, we might trigger it.
That's just a quick. Well, after it's triggered, then we can leave.
I could send.
Yeah.
You know.
If you're
I
willing
think we
to
should all leave
wait
once.
about like.
Sure. I take. Who has the bag of holding? Is that me? You. So here's
Put me in the
what's
bag.
going to happen. We're going to leave as quickly as we possibly can. You're
Put
going
me
to
in the
go
bag.
into the bag of holding.
Yes.
Is that all right?
I just said it like twice before you said
Okay.
it.
Get in the bag.
So
And I'm like, put me in the bag. Put me in the bag.
Yes.
And then he's like,
Put me in, coach! Put me in the
you'll be
bag!
put in the bag. And then it'll just be down to us moving as fast as possible.
Here's the thing. I also have -5 speed.
Mhm.
so don't
you
get
both
Gosford in the
could-
bag.
Put Torvi and Gosberg in the bag.
Here's the thing,
Torby
though.
and Gosberg in
Here's
the
Or
bag.
you
thing,
could
though.
No,
write
put
Cornelius.
Torvi and Zafrab in the bag.
Torby, Zafrav, Gosberg in the bag.
No. Here's the thing, though. I also
Gosberg gets
am-
carried by a Rungandir.
Yeah.
I
Yoda style.
can
Yeah.
summon Cornelius.
That's what I
I
was
get
saying.
on Cornelius. And then basically we just have me and Arangandir on Cornelius, everyone else in the bag, we jump out because we are both the tankiest characters. And
Wow.
at the moment.
Ro is also there, but Ro can turn into a deer and also move at the same speed as you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
So Zafrab could either ride on top of Ro, or
Zafrab could also go in the bag because Zafrab weighs like 30 pounds soaking wet.
okay. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Are we ready to do this?
Yes,
Sure.
We'll put the bag on the ground, and you get ready to jump in.
I'm in it, like,
Already?
I'm like,
Alright,
in it,
Zafrab
but,
and,
like,
Zafrab and Torvi have their heads sticking out of the bag.
I think-
Gosberg has summoned Cornelius again.
Mhm.
He looks.
I'm in my
he looks
armor,
at
by
you
the way.
proudly. Okay, you're all in your armor and all your
I
stuff.
got my armor on.
I
So,
set
just
the
in
bag
case.
in front of the door a little
Ro
bit.
turns into deer form. Everyone's ready to go. Like you look, Gosberg, you turn around and you see all the gnome knights, like have gathered in the foyer, and are all saluting you guys as you go out.
I just want to say, everyone, my time here has probably been the 3rd best time I've ever spent in a single location.
That's very, I think, it's nice of you to say.
Thank you. I got it. Okay. Does Zafrab shoot the fireball and we close the door real quick?
No, it
Is
doesn't
that part of that plan?
The firebolt, right?
Firebolt.
Firebolt?
And then we close the door, and then after the explosion, we open the door.
Yep.
And then we run.
Okay. He casts the firebolt from his. We'll say he does it for flavor. He takes off the hat of wizardry, that hat with the moons and stars that has the tag that
Disney
says
hat.
the tag that says Steve in it.
Uh-huh.
And casts a firebolt, and you see one of the barrels catch fire. And you guys close your door, and then you realize you can't hear the outside world while you're inside.
Tiny crack.
It's open a tiny crack.
Yeah, I'll put my shield over that crack just to cover it up, just in case.
You wait, and you hear oil burning, and the other barrels catch fire.
And right in the last moment, I'm going to try to shut the door just immediately, because I know it's probably just going to blow up anyways.
How much?
I assume...
How many?
It's not like a TNT explosion, it's just kind of like, it's all on the barrels.
Molten fire just kind of flying everywhere.
Yeah, it's not really flying around.
Oh, is it no?
Yeah, it's just kind of stuck where it is right now.
Okay.
Not really explodey, it's like liquid explodey. And like, it wasn't nitro, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Ready?
Ready!
I jump out and turn into a warhorse and begin to gallop.
I'm in the bag.
Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
put some Zaphrabs in the bag.
Zaphrab's also in
And
the back.
I will jump on Cornelius, and we will take off.
Yeah.
Okay, the row. Gosberg on top of Cornelius, and Arungandir in glorious stallion form jump out the door and begin running. The sound, at the sound of your footsteps, you see from behind one of the tapestries, a hellhound comes out, peeks its head up, and sees you, the three of you running away from the burning barrels.
Okay.
And as you guys start running, one of you trips the tripwire. And I need dex saves from the three of you.
A tripwire.
I knew it.
Dex save? It shouldn't be too bad.
For the purposes of this, Gosberg and Cornelius both have to make dex saves.
Oh, okay, I'll make one for Cornelius. What's Cornelius' dex?
I think it's like, we'll say +2, because I'm not going to look at it right now. That's either accurate or better, so. Alright, what'd you get, Arungandir?
11.
Okay.
I got 12, Cornelius got 16.
Okay, so not super great.
No.
What the hell? What the fucking hell? I guess this one's in here. What? That's the wrong book. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Takes most of my cash, save my ass from financial ruin. Sorry about that.
No, don't be. Where's Brotham over here?
Here we go. Don't worry about that.
Mm.
Oh, you guys didn't need to make deck saves at all. That's my stupid move.
Oh,
my bad.
you!
Where's my... Give me my dice box. With the... Did I have dice? There should be a small thing. There we go.
Sorry, I took him out. I thought we were going to need some dice balls.
You can. I just haven't needed my dice till now. To hit a Rungandir, that's 16.
16 does not hit.
In horse form.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm a horse.
To hit Gosberg,
It does hit me, of course.
that's a 21.
That will just about hit. Actually, wait.
And hit
Yeah,
Cornelius, it was a 10. So
Cornelius' AC is what?
Cornelius is fucking fine.
Oh.
Like that's not gonna hit Cornelius. Arungandir, you take 65. No, wait, I'm sorry, I was using the D100. You take 11 points of damage.
I was like, whoa!
Sorry. I'm using a D100. I actually did 65. I forgot to
Get
take
it
off.
together,
I forgot to add instead of. I was doing it wrong. My bad.
I was like, that's a lot of damage.
From a ballista. Sorry. Oh man. Can you guys tell I haven't played in a while? All right. Gosberg, you take 8 points of damage, reduced to 5.
Is this just like bludgeoning damage?
It's
or-
piercing.
Piercing. Okay, I'm fine.
That's probably not enough to destroy you in horse form.
No, it's not.
Alright. So the three of you keep running. Also, there's one to hit Ro, but Ro, I think, is fucking fine. And even if it whatever. So you guys keep running as this spray of ballista bolts goes flying at you guys. You take some hits, but Gosberg like bats his aside mostly so it doesn't harm him. Cornelius jumps out of the way valiantly. Arungandir takes a scrape but manages to avoid the brunt of it, as does Ro. And you guys keep running, but the thing is, there was a lot more ballista bolts. And they all go plunging into those barrels behind you. And you now see the fiery oil leaking onto the ground.
Oh.
And the Hellhound, which you guys know can breathe fire, is now chasing after you guys, but you're outrunning the firing oil. Can you see the dastardly plan I had there?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you guys all begin running, and you hear giants shouting behind you from behind that tapestry. At this point, you guys are reaching the beginning of the hall. Flindle Cash! You are at the doors of the Fire Giant Hall. You see it in front of you. It looks sort of like this.
Right.
And you're wondering, how do I get inside? And at that point, it bursts open and you see Gosberg riding his lion mount and a horse and a deer. The deer you recognize as Ro, another paladin in the party.
Right.
Guys, as you're doing this, you see Flindle Cash standing outside the door.
Flindle, run!
What's going on?
I'm going to nip at your dog's heels to make it go the other way.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, you're on the dog. So yeah, you begin running with them, and you see giants and hellhounds coming down the corridor towards you guys.
Oh my god.
It's like that. It's like freaking what was that one thing? It's like Jurassic World, where like Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, where Odin Grady's just running towards Claire and that other guy, and suddenly just a massive amount of dinosaurs came following him the second after.
Yeah. Yeah, you just open the door, and first your friends, and you're like, whoa, what the? And they're kind of past you, and you look back in. Just, yeah, Fire Giant army coming towards you.
Oh my God.
Fire Giant squad.
Go!
So you guys are running.
I'm running I'm dashing, I guess. I'm moving at 120.
Yeah, you guys are running super fucking fast.
Yeah. We're running, I'm running like 100. Because Cornelius can only run 50 feet. How fast can you run? Run.
How fast does a Mastiff go?
Pretty fast. For the sake of things, we'll say that you guys give them, you guys are pursuing them. Or they're pursuing you, rather.
Uh-huh.
And you begin running through the mountains. And you manage to give them the slip.
Oh, good.
So that we can get to the rest of the game. And you make your way back to the cave. That is your guys' hidden base.
Do you open the bag?
Yeah, it takes more than 10 minutes to get there. 5 minutes with Torvi and Zafrab. So you guys start running out of air before they arrive.
But yeah, I suppose I'll transform out of my
Horse form
and skid to a halt and say, "Open the bag."
Okay, yeah, Gosberg's gonna open up the bag the moment we get to the cave, or we
you get to safety.
Safety.
You see, you guys are up on a fucking mountain, and you see the giants down below looking for you.
Okay. Okay, let's see if they're still alive.
Torvi and Zafrab pile up and start.
Hey, everyone! You guys smell my yogurt?
You didn't put yogurt in there, did you?
No, I just wanted to be a cheek.
Flindle, you see your friends. You notice now Torvi is missing a leg, and Gosberg has a gigantic hole in his armor that punctures down through to his skin.
Quick question: how much of the leg did Torvi lose?
Just below the knee, at the knee, on there.
Yeah. Okay. No.
So,
Is
is anyone going to explain to me,
I died!
Like, meh.
That would make sense.
my worst thoughts have come to fruition.
She lost her leg!
Oh, sucks. And you? What'd you lose?
Precious time. Let's get inside.
The worst thing to lose.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm going to live
I'm
forever after
leaning
this.
on you, Orangadir.
Okay.
Like,
I'll help
on
you
your
all.
hip. Because you're really tall.
Let's go.
I don't want to just put you on the lion.
That's a good idea. I'll put you on top of Cornelius.
Okay, yeah.
So your
Alright.
pets are safe.
Good, we're not paying.
Thank you
Alright,
for looking
I'm on
after my
Cornelius.
dogs.
Oh, yeah, man. Anytime, man.
You see a small furry animal with you? Joey? My mongoose?
Look, I have a lot of animals I was taking care of. I couldn't look at every single one.
Curse under my breath.
Joey.
Joey!
Are you high?
You guys arrive at the cave a couple minutes later.
How are you?
As you arrive at the entrance, you see Joey at the entrance. And he notices your approach, but he's like standing guard.
Oh.
Good job, Joey.
Good.
Oh, yes, there was a Joey. Now I think about it. Yeah.
You're definitely
Drink
not
some
getting
water,
paid.
man. I'm pretty sure you're on something.
That's
Alright.
not true.
You must say hi to Asgrix.
Yeah, he's licking at your hand.
Alright.
As far as timber goes, I'm going to go out and look for anything tree-like, wood-like.
I would like to come with you.
How?
On Cornelius?
On Cornelius?
Sure, tag along.
Okay.
It's our
All right.
project.
Yeah.
It's your leg.
So,
Brenda, you want to come with?
Yeah, man.
I'm going to call this challenge a level 5 challenge, I think.
Alright,
Or
I
is-
need to
yes.
look at all the steps. Cause, like, I don't know, I have some things.
Things?
I have things, like I have techniques.
So the DC to make this 5
I'm gonna
times
open
5,
it
the
up.
DC is 25.
I don't know how any of this works.
Don't you just shove like a stick up the stump?
No.
No.
Oh no, wait. DC level times 5 plus 5. So the DC is actually 30.
One of my elders was missing a leg and had to fashion themselves a peg leg. He used to take it off and hit the young children that would steal from his crops.
That is, really...
Tommy, you should have something like that.
You're not gonna hit me, are you?
No.
No, but you should have one
It didn't
for a
feel
rapier.
good.
Have a peg rapier.
It would sink
I'm
it to the
not
ground.
going to have a peg rapier.
So you're
Peg
not gonna
leg.
be, we're not gonna be pirates?
No.
Have a peg leg. Travel the wood and call yourself Sam.
Okay, well, while I like that idea, I don't think I will.
Why Sam?
Sam's a respectable name, man.
What do you say?
Sam's the name of a king, a lawyer, probably an engineer.
Where is it?
Exactly. See, Flynn
What are you looking for?
I'm looking
You're
at
on a different level.
The thing.
As a matter
Witchcraft?
of fact,
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Exactly.
I'm looking.
destitute.
I'm looking.
Have you
so I
been
can look at
talking
my
to
things.
Mudfoot,
Okay.
Who's Mudfoot?
our guide?
Oh yeah, I've been talking to Mudfoot.
Have you been buying things from Mudfoot?
Mudfoot,
Aha!
Yeah?
I don't think you would have known him back in Nutwood.
Oh yeah?
He's a guide
Okay.
that we have. He's a fearbold like I am.
Right.
Alright, so
he's
what do
grumpy.
I do?
Very grumpy,
Wait, I have techniques. That's what I want to look at. Nope, not that.
and he seems to enjoy making my life miserable.
Technique.
I can see that. At a certain level, I still think you're. On a certain level, I do think you're kind of punchable.
For finding materials,
Also,
we'll say
like
you
to
guys.
seize it, bro.
Alright, I respect your opinion.
You guys are looking around for wood
Yeah.
Yes.
that Torby can work with.
I never figured out like my crafting thing or whatever.
I just thought of something.
What do you mean?
The whole like crafting.
What?
We were gonna do tattooed artists.
Yes, you're right.
Roll a survival check.
Everyone?
Whoever wants to be the main person.
Wait. I have survivalist
Yes.
as one of my techniques.
What does
Whenever
that
you
give you?
harvest materials from either plants or creatures, choose one. When you choose this technique, you're guaranteed to collect a number of parts in perfect condition equal to your trade class tier. At tier 3, this benefit applies to both plants and creatures, regardless of which one you picked at selection. So,
Okay, so you auto find them, or when you find them?
I don't think you auto find them. I think you auto collect.
Okay. So whoever wants to roll survival to find wood.
What's your survival?
My survival is a +9.
I'm +2.
Okay, do it, Orangutan.
These are fearbold ways, fearbold.
I am a fearball.
Yes, you are.
So you are searching through the mountains, trying to find a good tree.
This should be a very good tree. 24.
Ah, yes. With that, you find a copse of trees
Did do nothing.
hidden from the rest of the mountains in a little spring area, and you actually find one branch of a particularly large oak tree has fallen to the ground, struck by lightning, apparently recently, and it's just on the ground, fresh for the picking.
Heft it up, inspect it.
You pick it up. It's good sized. You could definitely carve everything you need from it.
I look at it. Yeah, that'll do. But inside I'm like, oh yes.
If we want, we can look for other.
No.
This is your leg.
That's my leg.
Yeah, I don't think she's sure. Let's just throw it away and find something else.
No, that's my leg.
No, that's the terror doesn't tell me that that is the one.
That's my leg.
Okay.
It's also a good source of water, which is good. Jude starts filling his canteen in the water in the spring.
Good idea, Jude.
Just don't forget to boil it, otherwise you'll die.
I mean, it's better than what I found nearby. Closer to our cave, actually, the water is filled with sulfur.
Don't drink that.
Yeah, I don't recommend
What?
it.
But sulfur water is almost as good as salt water!
It's actually very bad.
Did I ever tell you I find you punchable sometimes?
If you
Is
need
this
to
a
punch me for free, I
non-legendary
heard it's a
magical
great
item?
This is a non-legendary magical item.
Alright,
you.
I'm reducing
I might pick you up on that one day.
the difficulty of it by 1 level.
It is now DC 25 again.
Okay.
So you have the big chunk of wood you need. So that's one of your base materials.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll say for the purpose of this, you guys go back to the cave and Zafrab yet again creates the mansion so you guys can get access to work tables and everything you need.
Okay.
So Flindle, you step into this mansion door that Zafrab, the gnome wizard, has opened up in the cave. Extra dimensional mansion, and you see there's tiny knights about your size walking around.
Could you always do this?
No.
It's really new to me.
Oh my god. This is like the Hilton, man.
So what?
The Hilton.
I've never stayed there.
Whatever you're taking, stop it!
I gotta take you to Vegas sometime.
You are clearly a man of the world.
Well, I did have a thing
never
to
been
auto
there.
find, but whatever.
I mean, you got a 24, so you're
Yeah.
good. You're set. You have wood. You guys already have dragon parts.
Yeah.
The only thing missing you need is, I had the word a long time ago. You need the thing for the joints, sort of like
Ball joints.
not ball joints necessarily, but like sort of like screws. There's another word for it.
I want to say rivets?
Rivets. Thank you. I knew that a while ago. Yes, you need the rivets and things that go into being able to make your leg move. And you guys don't have a lot of metal,
Hmm.
Oh,
and you're
man.
voicing this concern.
Yeah.
And it occurs to you, Flynn Cash, being a musician, you have a lot of extra spare parts for your instruments. And you have extra tuners that are made of metal.
Guys, crazy idea.
Let me guess, you're going to stop detoxing today?
Nah, bro. But
It's not denying it.
okay, guys, crazy idea. I know how to like her, dude. Dude, I know how to like her.
I'm actually afraid for Flynn though. I think he's over against you.
You know how legs like have elbows.
We've been talking about this, yes.
Yep. I'm sorry, bro.
Is Blindle actually high right now?
Oh yeah. He's got a problem.
Or most actors do.
So
artists do.
I have some ideas. Got something.
You're going to show us?
Oh yeah. Let me take off my pants.
No.
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 Maybe.
No.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. He turns around and he begins unzipping his pants. I keep tuners in my underwear.
They're in a bag.
In a bag in my underwear. Just in case my instrument breaks on stage. So, usually, I tell the audience, sorry guys, gotta take a piss. If my instrument's out of tune. And I turn around, pretend to take a piss.
Just wherever he is.
Hold on. You
On
pretend to
stage.
piss on stage.
The crowd loves it.
I hardly doubt that, but I kind of agree with that.
The
Gosbury.
trick.
Gosbert, you realize you saw one of Flindle's shows where he did this, and now it makes sense.
Guys, the trick to
Has
convincing.
as much sense as it could.
The trick is to convincing though is to be just a little bit.
Oh my
So
god!
you do pee anyway. So you
What?
just-
So they think you're peeing
So you're
so tiny
What?
little bits.
Just a
So wait,
little
hold
bit.
on. You
Just a little bit.
The whole.
Just a little
What
bit.
are you doing?
No.
What is happening?
The whole point.
This is not
The whole point of
Can
you.
we fast forward, please?
These frickin' Tran boys.
I would like to give the furball the materials.
Okay.
Are you done yet?
How do you do it? You just place it in my open palm or something?
Oh yeah. Might want to watch that. Don't want to get an infection, you know.
You open the little. You open this little burlap bag, and inside it, there are a bunch of metal, lute, and guitar tuners, and some guitar string. and
But
other
Jude,
things.
can I see that canteen you filled up?
Yeah, Juge takes the canteen and he's looking at them too, and he's like, "They're good material, but like
I pour some water over.
you'll need to turn them into actual rivets."
And how are we gonna do that?
Well, we need a blacksmith, and does anyone here know?
Oh, I know one! Yes!
What? Who?
We can find my dad!
You have a dad?
Did you?
What about you?
Yeah.
That
Oh,
works
you know
better,
this
yes,
one?
I'm right here, let's do this.
All right, so preparation. Do we have any other preparation? We have high quality materials for sure,
Yes.
Yeah.
and I think this counts as assistance. So,
Now we just need a tailor to actually use the hide on.
guys
the
don't
thing.
really have knowledge or generosity.
Of how a foot works?
Foots are very complicated.
Knowledge is in studying the subject in advance,
And we're very generous
Okay.
with
or an
helping.
NPC mentor.
Okay.
Is there any sacrifice that's going to happen?
I mean, we're getting rid
The
of
guitar tuners.
guitar tuners.
As a matter of fact, there is.
My foot!
As a source material.
I'm kidding.
I don't know, maybe my innocence a little bit, since I finally figured out the whole trick.
Hey, this is like a backstage pass, baby. You can be rockstar one day too.
I'm just gonna pawn off this
what
backstage
could we
pass.
give?
Oh, we
don't
can
have
use
to.
a little bit of silver for some fancy inlay.
Or
That sounds.
I mean something that actually matters to you guys.
What
Like
about-
sacrifice, you willingly sacrifice something of personal value. You don't have to do that. These are just things you can't do.
Oh man.
Otherwise, you do have just 2 extra d6s to your check
I could
from what you have.
I could throw away my lock of hair
No.
How would that
don't
work?
Do that.
or my erotica.
Why would you?
I don't want to keep it anymore.
Would it like
gives me weird
boost
looks.
it, or I don't understand?
It would give
how
you an
it
extra
works.
d. This is one of the preparation things. You can get one of these things. You can get knowledge, high quality materials, assistance, sacrifice, or generosity. Each one of those gives you an extra d6.
Okay.
Okay.
But what did the D6s do?
For when you do your crafting check.
You add to your crafting.
Okay. And then
Oh,
if you
okay.
get higher than what you have, than what you need, what happens?
I think you get boons. Oh no, wait, no. If you get higher than what you need, then you succeed.
Okay.
But the more dice you have, the better, because if you get 1s, then those become flaws, I think.
Okay.
And if, yeah, and then if you get like 6s, then you get like boons, and then they cancel each other out.
I'm going to. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to take off the bullet kind of shoulder piece armor that I have, and I'm gonna hand it over. This should help keep the look stronger.
No.
Take it. Take it, or I'll be upset with you.
I'm not. No.
Better take it,
That's
man.
so
You wanna see Angry
mean.
Giant.
Take it.
I've seen that you're giant.
Take it.
Thank you.
Everyone else can.
This is
And I
for
give you my bullet bowl. And I say it's not a shoulder piece, but it's a very fine bowl.
It holds the heat very well.
And then I'm gonna use
You guys-
the bullet shoulder piece,
We can break it apart and stuff.
and I'm gonna use it to plate parts of the leg.
I would think the
Area?
knee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So that
absolutely, yes.
So that it's stronger.
So, what happens for the next hour is all of you start getting to work. Maybe not Flindle because he's high.
Can I bardic inspiration?
Yes, absolutely. You
Your
can do
lungs
that.
don't work like they used to before.
So, Zafrab gets to work. He clicks open a knife, and he begins carving the dragon scale perfectly to how you guys need it. Torby, you begin crafting. Roll a d20.
Okay.
Oh,
God,
I guess-
okay.
I think
Fine.
is how this works.
Hey, Jude.
I'm gonna give you
Which
a
one do I
bardic
roll?
inspiration.
I'm gonna roll the one that you gave me.
Okay.
Friendship die.
What's the DC?
This one's in my head.
Oh, okay.
So Torby, you begin carving this chunk of wood, and you need it in smaller bits. So whenever you need a bigger chunk of it off, Ro takes it aside and hefts up their big old sword and cuts off a chunk for you. Arungandir, you are, what was it? 5?
Yeah.
You have a bardic inspiration
Oh yeah.
that you could potentially use.
I will use it.
That's a good idea.
D10.
Where did I put all my d10s? I put them all away? Really? Okay.
You have a D10 that you could offer.
Oh yeah, your bardic.
Use my new D10.
Yes.
Come on. Is that a,
What is it, a 1?
That's
It's a 1.
Okay.
So 6.
Oh,
Flindle should not have been playing high.
guys,
I
gotta apologize. I was on some heavy shit, man.
Can I somehow maybe assist?
Sure, you're being assisted, so roll with advantage.
Okay.
You sure you want to use
This
it?
is a
No.
help action, technically.
Okay. Okay.
What's
Okay.
the
Okay.
roll the
Okay.
5? Was that after modifiers, or is there no modifiers?
There's no modifiers, right?
I'll allow you to add your dexterity, because this is work with your hands.
Okay.
And you are proficient in wood carving, so I'll allow you to add proficiency bonus to this as well.
So that would be 7.
Okay.
So right now it's at an 8. And then plus whatever I roll. Oh!
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Arungandir, you're also helping with this carving off these huge chunks. So the two of you are doing this really quickly. Flindle is playing a ditty in the background.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Very nice.
And
Thank you, Flindle.
Yeah, no problem.
Gosberg, you're in the next room, and you hear Arungandir and Torby. And Ro occasionally. And you hear Zafrab in another room. And then you see this forge that Zafrab has created in the room adjacent. But it doesn't have its own source of heat, or at least not a good one, because there's only so much his magic can do. But you see there is a slot in the front of it. And you know you have an item that'll fit into it perfectly to get this forge running hot.
My face?
No. It's a slot about this big. Like a sword could fit into it.
I'll put flame tongue.
You shove it into this forge.
Oh my god, I can make so many turkeys with this.
But you start working with the rivets. Ting, 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 ting.
By the way, while before I do that, I want to order the little tiny servants to make us a big celebration feast.
They're working on it.
Turkey legs, beef legs,
frog legs,
pork legs.
I demand frog legs.
Just all the legs.
All the
You
legs.
pick
All the
legs.
It's a feast of legs.
It's a feast of
Why
legs.
did we let Gosberg choose?
Why
the
was
feast?
Gosberg in charge of the menu?
Also, don't forget, get some nice wine that has a lot of leg.
But yeah, Flindle, you hear the natural music happening of people at work here, and it inspires you, and you've been playing the lute, inspiring them all.
Cool.
A
This
jig.
work of complete cooperation between you all working towards this goal.
Alright, now what?
And now, I'm not gonna have you guys roll any other checks. So
Wait, what do I do with the D6?
So now
Come into that
is the
now.
craft action.
Oh, okay.
We got this.
So
Mr. Miyagi, you know?
You will Miyagi the shit out of it.
you get to roll. So you get so many d6s, you automatically have a base d6 plus toolkit and modifier and proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
So 46
Yep.
is my craft dice.
Alright, that's your crafting dice.
And then what?
And then you get 3 more
Assistance.
from
yes.
you get from assistance, sacrifice, and
I got like
high quality materials.
Okay.
Alright, so... Okay. Okay.
And then let me make sure.
Yeah, you gotta cook it, gotta cook it. Make sure it's not so warm.
Let me see if you get another d6. But by all means, roll.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So... What do I do?
We have to get to 25.
Add them up.
We have to get to what?
25.
Add them up.
Hold on. I'm doing this one.
What is it?
20.
Plus your modifiers?
Oh, what's my modifiers?
Dexterity and proficiency.
Dexterity and proficiency?
So 7.
7.
So 27. Yeah.
You have succeeded. However, now we do the appraisal. So don't touch those dice. Do you have any 6s?
I do not.
You have 1s, though.
I do.
Yeah. Well,
Alright.
5s don't do anything.
5s, let me check, but I don't think so. Flaws and boons. Scope of the project. Flaws and boons. Stack. 1 flaw rolled is a minor flaw. 2 flaws makes a substantial flaw.
man, it's gonna be fun though. Working around it, right? Because we've never done it before.
Yeah.
Other than that, this leg's a workout hard.
Yeah. Oh god. I'm scared.
Alright.
I mean, it would
So-
be fun if it worked perfectly.
So, with the success, I will give you that it does grant you the benefits of cold resistance. You do have to attune to it.
Yes.
It does grant you the benefit of cold resistance, so you no longer need your ring of warmth.
Okay.
And it does allow you to once again regain a normal walking speed and not fall over if you're pushed or attacked or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to do right. Or do you want to? Do you want to?
So
And
it's a
you
foot.
you have a claw attack.
Okay.
Still.
Yeah.
So
So it's a little bit more. Definitely. Here it is.
the flaw.
Wow.
It's made of wood, so I assume it's vulnerable to fire.
Wooden scales. Yeah, we're gonna say. I'm gonna sit on this one for a minute, but I am gonna say yes, it does have a substantial flaw that you guys don't know about for the moment, and it seems pretty good.
Alright.
So if you don't have a thing that gets rid of flaws,
No, but I do have resistance to a damage type of my choice.
okay,
I choose fire.
okay.
It's a good idea.
Alright, so you guys finish. You begin putting all the pieces together. Juge
And
has
AC is +1.
Juge has attached a thing to Torvi's leg stump that allows the leg to click on using his barber surgeon skills.
So I can move this now. I can move.
Sure. Yeah. And you guys, you start adding all the pieces together. Gosberg, you click the rivets into place, attaching the pieces of wood that form the leg up at the knee and at the ankle. You guys all begin attaching these different pieces, the scale covering, the boulette shell covering on the knee, the claws that are set into the foot that Zafrab worked with, using his ability to work with living arts. And after 1 hour of work, it looks pretty good. And Torvi, so you all are all waiting on the magical properties, but Torvi, before you can attune to it, you can try it out.
I do.
Torvi steps on her one normal good foot, and you hear the boot step,
I'm right next to Torby for support.
and you see this dragon-like foot click onto the ground. And Torvi, you can stand.
Well,
I say, maybe stand back a bit.
I do so.
It's gonna happen, man.
And I have everyone stand back, and I pull out my swords.
You picked them up from somewhere else. You were working.
Okay, I pick up my swords. And
Come at me, Gosberg.
I try to just do a little bit of form. Just some like basic steps that are, you know, like that I would do in a fight.
Mm-hmm. It takes some getting used to, but you do them. Yeah.
And then I try to add a kick.
You add a kick, and it knocks off an expensive. You were looking where you were going, and you kick an expensive vase off a table, but your claws just shatter it.
Is there tiny servants around that's just so...
Yep, and some tiny servants come around with a broom. That drops it. It's fine. It's all fake, technically.
Really? Yes!
Wait, no.
Can we smash all of them?
Gosberg and Blindle immediately start destroying things.
I'm sorry, Zafra.
No, it's fine. It's all fake.
It's all fake, man. I look
all-
over at one
no.
of the
I
servants.
need to let off
Why are you
aggression!
destroying my mansion?
One of the servants is just like devastated by this news. Just like, oh my god.
I mean, it's fake, but it isn't fake. It'll go away. It's fine.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Alright.
You have brought it upon yourself.
Can I take this one home? Oops.
Okay. I really shouldn't have the vases in anymore.
Yeah, maybe you should glue them on, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
Good.
Dinner time!
No.
Oh.
We need to figure out a plan before we eat.
Why don't we think of a plan while we eat?
Are you only thinking of your stomach right now?
Yes. Also, I'm actually hungry in life.
In life? Yeah. Let's, fine. Let's sit down and eat then.
You guys all sit down at the dinner table.
Yes, of our leg-themed spread.
Yes. You and all your entire party, your friend Juge, all the animals,
Mm-hmm.
the dragon.
There's not a single chicken breast around here? What's going on?
There's chicken
I
legs.
eat
All legs because Gosberg set it up.
Oh, damn you, God.
I eat as many legs as can fill my belly.
Yes! Consume the legs! Consume the legs of the animals who weren't smart enough to keep
I
theirs!
must consume!
One question. Do you still have your leg? Remember you picked it up and put it in the bag of holding?
I do.
It had a boot of elven kind on it.
Yeah.
That's why she picked it up.
Right. Do we still have...
Oh yeah, I have it right here!
Let's eat it.
Oh God!
Put it away.
I take it from you,
Let her eat it, man.
and I whack you with it.
Oh, shit.
Ah!
That's horrible.
No,
Why
I
are you doing this at the dinner table?
don't
That's
do
what I
that.
want to know.
Don't
Question.
do that.
It's been 2
I-
days.
I do
in
take
I
it,
assume warm environment. Has it began to rot?
It was like a void. We've established that the bag of holding is a void.
Okay.
I do take it though. I do take it from you.
It's
and
beginning to smell. Put it back in the bag.
I say no. I'm going to bury it.
Now,
With the boots?
if you're
No,
going to
not
go,
with the boots.
go bury it now then,
I'm going
because
to
you're
go bury
stinking
it.
up the dinner
Why do you
table.
need to
Okay.
bury it? It's
Why
not
don't you, like, I don't know, encrust it in, like, bronze and be like baby shoes?
Holy
No.
shit, give it a eulogy too, why don't you? You know?
It was my first leg.
Oh, so the other one's not as important. Wow.
It was
okay.
my other first leg.
Okay.
Which
All
leg
right.
do you lose?
Left,
Oh.
right?
Wait, which one is it? Left or right?
Left, right,
I think
yeah.
it was my left. Yes.
I think left. I don't remember entirely, but I think left.
Let's establish it's left now, okay? And
It's
that's
left
where
now.
we're going.
It's left now.
And that's what we're going with for the rest of the game.
Where's
Okay.
it gone?
All right. So I go out of the mansion and I just like dig up a little hole. My foot.
Mhm.
I do it with my foot.
You probably want to go pretty deep or wild animals will eat your leg.
Yeah. Okay. I do it with a shovel.
What shovel?
I don't know. Do we have a shovel?
Probably not.
Did one of you pick up a shovel at some point without me realizing it? Then no.
We do have a halfling who seems
You could bury
to be
it with
running
some
crazy.
rocks.
Yeah. I bury it with rocks,
Animals can still do
like on the mountain.
Okay.
The flies can get in.
Yeah, you'd go through the painstaking process of covering your leg with rocks.
Yeah. And then I say, you were a good leg. Goodbye.
Alright?
And while you walk back in, Gosberg's just eating like a freaking turkey leg, and he just says to you, you know what would be really crazy right now? If it turned out Marshy Morga came around and took your leg.
Oh shit! And then I walk back out.
It's gone!
What?
No, I'm
No.
fucking with you.
And then I dig it back up, and I'm like, okay.
Burn it with fire.
Yeah, no, I set it on fire with my hair.
You threw it.
At the table!
No, I'm still outside. I just set it on fire
Why does she keep leaving
with
the
my
table?
hair.
Why?
I don't know, do you think she might
I
be...
said it-
Yeah, you use your burning hands power.
I'm like,
You mean
Your burning hair
replicants?
power.
yeah.
Marshy Morgan's like hiding behind a crag like, shit. Fucking close.
and
Once
then-
you sit back...
And then I go back in.
Okay, once you sit back, Gosberg's going to stand up and says, a toast to Tolby's new leg! And to the Silver Arrows! And to everyone who's still alive!
A
And
toast.
to you.
A toast.
Woo!
Woo!
And Gosberg just smacks himself in the head with the wine and falls over.
He has been on the sauce a little bit.
Alright,
He's literally in the sauce now.
as Gosberg's unconscious, I remove his boots and slip on the boots of Elfenkind.
Alright.
Also, the moment you remove them,
The room.
you...
The room is filled. That's what you guys don't know is
The
the
moment
boot.
you remove
that all the
them,
armor
you
is
now
booby
have
trapped.
You now have to make terrible Constitution check to make sure you're not...
Yeah, you guys take off. I need you all to make a con save to
Yeah.
save against
Oh,
Stinking
no.
Cloud.
Alright, well...
We all know Gosberg
well,
doesn't bathe all that often.
I'm fine. That's an 18.
that's an 18.
I rolled 4.
You're all poisoned. All
Oh,
of you.
no.
Wait,
Oh,
you didn't
no.
pass. An 18 didn't pass.
An 18 didn't pass.
You need to
Oh,
shower.
shit.
Gosberg has not taken a bath since he was born, and Gosberg will not start now!
It's like you have the realization like, wait, none of us have taken a bath this entire adventure. It's like, wait a minute. It's like that thing from the Adventure Zone. It's like, wait, none of us have peed since we started this campaign 6 months ago. So we all go pee. Like, come back very refreshed. Yeah, you guys realize none of you have gone to the bathroom since you left a year
I went
ago.
to the bathroom.
I
I tried to go to the
did.
I know,
bathroom.
I'm joking. I'm fucking with you.
Twinkle definitely went to the bath.
No, I was just too
Torby
adventure.
practices good hygiene.
I'm
You
fucking
know
with you.
that.
I'm fucking with you. Okay,
So, while we're all here, how about we all talk about just random stories? The random goings on.
Why don't you start, Gozzy?
Okay, you know the bounty on Gregory Phillips now?
That son of a bitch.
Wait, did I know him?
Yeah, he slept with like 5 different women in that town.
That man.
All of them are also pregnant. That man is fertile.
Well, I'm not pregnant, so I must not have known him.
That son of a bitch been taking all the poon in the land.
Never say that again.
How can a rock star get some decent yawn? Forget about it.
That's what I thought. Okay, who's next? Tolby, why don't you talk about your life story with your leg?
I think we lived through that all together.
I haven't!
Well, you didn't live through it, did
I'm
you?
confused.
Exactly.
My
no.
new leg. Hello, leg. Say hello. Hello.
This is getting sad.
Very.
I don't know. What do you want me to do?
I don't know, maybe just tell me to shut the fuck up so we can talk about the fire giants.
Okay.
Why
We
don't
need
we-
to talk about the fire giants.
Also, shut the fuck up.
Thank you, Orangadesi. We get one person gets me today.
Yes. Well, as far as that goes, they're obviously going to be waiting for us when we head back in.
Yeah.
We need to go in there and preferably remove
What was her name?
The Fire King's wife, Fruity.
You can say that she's
Fruity?
What kind of name is Fruity?
Is that her name?
Yes.
Okay, no, that was Trophy. I remember her name.
Yes,
I
it is
remember
Fruity, and we need to remove her so we can finish
God.
this quest and go home. I want to go home.
Out of curiosity, is she a hot wife?
Her name is Fruity. I seriously doubt it.
Yes, but is she
Very
hot?
judgmental.
Oh, scathing hot Fruity. Scathing hot.
Siege, Bruno gets me.
Okay.
Don't.
This one?
Well, in any case, our next big move is to remove her from power
Let's do
and
it.
then put an end to all of this.
I say we get her to marry Rungendeer.
Why?
Because you need a wife named Fruity? I don't know.
I've had trouble with women big and small before, so I'm fine with not marrying.
Come on, the shipping name would be amazing. Rungendeer.
Or Orungo P.
Good try, good try. We could like throw some water.
And all we gauge and all
Snur and
we...
Fruppy's ship name was Snoopy.
That's good. No, I'm sad a little bit for that.
Yeah.
You
Well,
guys
we
did-
will reunite
You guys
them
destroyed a ship that had actually like sailed a long time ago, and a lot of fire giants are mad at you for it.
soon. We will.
destroyed my OTP.
We will reunite them.
Jeez, that's dark.
I've
What
gotten
the
a little.
what the hell, Torby?
I think
I
that leg is making her evil.
What's wrong with you?
no. I just.
Remove the leg.
Alright, the only way to solve this is to chop off the other leg. And Rungendeer, hold it down.
No.
How about this? Tomorrow, early morning, we go in and attack
And reunite them.
if we can.
Okay.
Why are we saying that? Why can't we just say, let's kill them and make them dead? Okay, now I'm sad again. I really need to stop saying that word.
All right.
Death.
Let's do it.
Stop it.
Kill.
I'm cool with that.
That leads to death.
All right.
Rungendeer, one day I will adopt you and then disown you.
Okay.
Your brothers and sisters will know that they had a stepbrother named Rungendeer for literally 3 seconds.
Don't I have to have a say in that?
these now.
Oh, thank you. What?
Don't I need a say in that?
I'll figure something out. Anyone let's eat dinner? Yum, 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 yum.
Yum yum yum. Sleep, sleep, sleep.
Sleep, sleep, sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys
Wait.
rest. You awaken. You put on your armor.
I bathe before I do that.
Wonderful.
You guys bathe.
Gosberg does not.
Why?
Gosberg does not.
Okay.
Torby does.